Hello and good evening. Apologies for the slight delay there. I was trying to get online. I'm not certain if this has worked, but as you can see, we have some boxes to unbox from Psytronik. I'm just going to wait until I get some viewers online. Didn't quite work as I planned. I'd scheduled a live video, but then it unfortunately didn't pop up. There's no way to add it in the app. So just a bit of background here. I am Merman from Scene World, and this is a live unboxing of some new games from Psytronik. I'm not certain why the link didn't work. Hopefully this is now broadcasting live on the Scene World channel. So here we are. I'm now shared with Twitter and Scene World subscribers. I hope we'll get some audience members on along soon. So a little bit of history on Psytronik software to fill the gap while we wait for some people to arrive. Psytronik software started by Jason McKenzie of Binary Zone PD. He had had several people approach him with games for his PD library, Binary Zone, and decided it would be a good thing to publish his own games. He linked up with programmer John Wells, who had a game called Scepter of Baghdad, a conversion from the ZX Spectrum, that was due to be published by Atlantis, but Atlantis had gone under. So, like I say, we've got a viewer now, so I'll keep talking about the history of Psytronik for a little while. Anyway, so with Scepter of Baghdad, the first release, and the Commodore Zone fanzine. I lost my viewer again. So Commodore Zone fanzine promoting Psytronik releases. There was several games from Alf Ångö, the Swedish designer, known for his shoot 'em up construction kit games, released commercially, and John Wells also working on more. The shoot 'em up destruction set with hacked and tweaked games created with Siuk. And so Jason ran it for a few years, but then took a break. And it was the 10th anniversary that persuaded him to restart it. It was new box games, so for example the 15th anniversary edition of Mayhem in Monsterland, which fixed the original high score bug, and from there it's only grown. And one of the releases in these boxes is going to be the 100th game released on Psytronik. Psytronik also released games on the ZX Spectrum, including Velation, the Plus4 and Commodore 16, and the Commodore Amiga. For example, Rotator is an example of their recent releases. So I'm really disappointed no one's watching at the moment. 5 minutes in, I know there's been some confusion with Hello viewer. I've been talking about the history of Psytronik so far and trying to build up to getting the packages opened. So as I was just saying, Psytronik software from Jason McKenzie recently released its 100th game, and that's one of the ones in these packages. So one of these packages, so I've ordered several of the new releases and a couple of the recent releases from last year, and so I'm going to start opening now after 5 minutes of talking. It's the first time I've done a proper unboxing where I'm actually undoing the packaging live. Had some advice from my fellow Scene World member Nafcom, who suggested that I not show my address on a video just in case. So that's why there's no address label on the front of the package. I lost my viewer. I'm going to push on now. I apologise if I do have to leave abruptly at any time during this unboxing, as I might have to answer the phone to my wife, who is currently in hospital. So I'm not making a good job of opening here. Let's unfold that. So it looks like we've got more than one item in this box. That's it for our package, so we'll juggle some styrofoam just for a laugh. So this order was primarily for a collector's edition box, but we'll go back and have a look at a couple of recent premium edition games, starting with Chaos Generator, Psytronik in association with Amicom and Icon 64. It's the Premium Plus edition in the large plastic disc wallet. Chaos Generator. Synth pop band Chaos Generator have just recorded their new album, but oh no, the producer has lost all of the songs. In order to get the music to the record plant, the producer has to collect all the songs, but beware of the magnets, whose only goal is to erase all audio. Be quick and help the producer get the songs to the record plant. So this is a game produced by Icon 64, Trevor Story and Stuart Collier to promote the Chaos Generator Sid Waves album, the second collection of Sid inspired synth pop from Kurt de Brandebel and Chaos Generator. This was then produced as part of the Kickstarter and available through them, and now available separately as a game. So it's a Pac-Man style game where you have to pick up the notes. The little twist with this is that there are 3 different colours of notes, and you can just probably make out on the screenshots there, trying not to get the reflection. So the colour of the character's ship, whatever you want to call it, is the colour of the note you go. So there's the turquoise, green and yellow notes, and once you've collected all of one colour, you move on to the next. So that's Chaos Generator, and I did the Sid music for that. Sid music ended up on an EP, and that's also part of the recent Hessian Sid album, which is on Kickstarter and is previewing tonight, I know, on YouTube. And so next up we have Exploding Fish from Megastyle, created an amazing aquatic adventure by Chris Stanley. As you can tell, the packaging is parodying We have the Exploding Fist from Melbourne House. We turn it over and you can see the beautiful loading screen by Spanner, Ernest Spans. So, the evil Dr. Drax has been busy dropping bombs onto the protected reefs. Take control of Diver Dougal. Dive deep, defuse bombs, avoid nasties, and watch out for alien artifacts. Collect all the encryption keys in order to access and defuse the bombs. Better watch out for the sea life, though. Those creatures really hate intruders. So, Exploding Fish, designed to look and sound like a classic 80s budget game from Psytronik or Firebird. And once again, I actually contributed the music to this. The brief was make music that sounded like Rob Hubbard, and that's what I did. So that's Exploding Fish, the music by Andrew Fisher. And so next we go on to Mars, aka Marta, collaboration between Sputnik World and Psytronik. You see this is still in the bubble wrap. Ken's always packages games really well. There's a beautiful cover art. There's the Psytronik Collector's Edition. So you get beautiful artwork. And so, humanity is on the verge of taking a great leap and starting one of the greatest adventures in history, a mission to Mars. You are the mission commander and you have 8 of the best international space engineers in your crew. It's up to you to keep the health of your crew as stable as possible during the mission. Issue commands to your crew members in order to complete your mission. Each crew member is responsible for different tasks. Keep an eye on your energy level and the status of your crew. There'll be many problems that you will have to face and solve during your mission to reach the Red Planet. So as you can see in the lower screens here, there's the crew members here and the energy below. And so you might have to select a particular crew member to do a particular task. So mission launches from the International Space Station. Quite topical at the moment. So let's try and open the box. This is one thing you will say, the boxes are quite tight fitting and secure. Which keeps everything inside safe. So we go inside, we have the Psytronik software top piece, and then protected in more bubble wrap because the other contents of the package is Mars disc, and with the lovely Ken's style instruction on the back. When you're not using your disc, keep it tucked up nice and snug in this comfy disc sleeve. This will prevent any nasty dust or any other unpleasant material from damaging the contents of the floppy disk or making it sneeze. Do not bend the disc, sit on it, play frisbee with it, or try to make it into an unusual black 5¼ inch airplane. This will not do the contents of the disc any good at all and result in a very broken disc that will no longer want to be your friend. Be careful when inserting the disc. If you cram it into your drive, it may cause the disc to go wonky, and we all know a wonky floppy is not a good floppy. Do not touch the exposed part of the disc. After all, if you were a floppy disk, you wouldn't be prodded there, would you? Do not try to feed your disc, make it drink coffee, and do not play with the disc in the bath. It can't swim. Avoid extreme temperatures. Floppy disks do not enjoy sunbathing, and a fridge freezer is not the place to store your disc. Normal room temperature is just fine. Keep your disc away from magnetic fields, and I don't mean the Jean-Michel Jarre album, Ho Ho. Don't keep the disc near to loudspeakers or too close to your television monitor, as this may result in the disc misplacing programs or total insanity. So I'm going to tuck the disc back up in its bubble wrap off camera. So next up we have a very shiny Commodore 64 pin badge. We have a little Mars keyring. That's one of the presentation screens, and that's the artwork. We have a Mars circular pin badge. And I collect badges, so I do like getting badges in my Psytronik games. Some little stickers. A Mars Mission 2020 Sputnik World patch. Well, it's a sticker, but you get the idea. We have an ISS Mars art card, and then the user manual inside. You get a lovely glossy manual with each and every Psytronik game. So let's look Okay, we've got loading instructions, the missions, the capsule, gameplay, the crew. Gives you some clues there about what they can do, and of course there the name. Some of the names are members of Sputnik, so Iraz King and Almighty God. Gameplay tips, and the credits on the back. Reliance International coding, Almighty God graphics, Bauer Nashlo music, coding help ready, and Lad H cover art Trevor Smiler, story, additional art Gara, packaging by Ken's. So there we have it. That's the contents of the Mars Collector's Edition. We'll tuck everything up nice and safely back in its box. I'll leave the top on there. And January 2020 new releases. The Shadow over Hawksmill, Metal Quadrilogy, Mars, the C64, Rotator and Matchik for the Commodore Amiga, Realms of Quest, Quadrilogy for the VIC-20 on disc, Exploding Fish is on tape and disc, Chaos Generator, tape and disc. And we'll be seeing more of Shadow over Hawksmill shortly. So this next one is posters. So there we go. There's the Mars poster. Artwork by Trevor Story. So that's in package 1. And a few days later, package 2 arrived. And so just let me put this away. And we will look into package 2. So if you are just joining me, then I've been giving a little bit of background to Psytronik software as well. Jason McKenzie's software label, formed back in the late 90s, but now returned and doing better than ever. And I just mentioned in that look through the poster the imminent launch of Metal Warrior Quadrilogy, although that's still a way away. So let's move on to the next parcel, and you've had a big clue already as to what's in here. So without further ado, let's unbox another collector's edition from Psytronik. And we've got green styrofoam this time. Tidied up my desk especially for this, and now I've put styrofoam all over the place. So, Shadow over Hawksmill, and here's the leaflet again. So we'll go in to the poster first this time, because this time we have Icon 64 Psytronik, Shadow over Hawksmill. And if you're interested or wanted to know, Psytronik is the name of Ken's label, and it comes from the Psy from Psygnosis and the Tronic from Mastertronic, and a K for Ken's. But on the back of the Shadow over Hawksmill poster is a map of the game. So you start up here, top left, and explore the village. And then you've got to find a way into the caves underneath. So let's put the poster to one side and have a look into the main package. The Shadow of Hawksmill, Icon 64, So you can see the packaging is lovely, as with all collector's editions. And so, London, 1947. Inspector Black has been called up to the small village of Hawksmill. Disappearances of villagers have the local police baffled. As a specialist in missing persons, your expertise will be most welcome to help solve the case. Upon arriving, however, the village is quiet, empty. Not a single person, adult or child, can be seen. What strange circumstances have happened here? Grabbing your trusty revolver, you make your way across the cobbled lane and into the shadow over Hawksmill. Screenshots from C64 version, programmed by Stuart Collier, design and graphics by Trevor Story, music by Saul Cross. And we can see down here Psytronik's 100th release. So let's open up this collector's edition of the Shadow over Hawksmill. And what do we find inside? We find the Psytronik cover card. I ordered the cartridge version. The Shadow over Hawksmill badge. We have more stickers, icon, Psytronik. And you can just, you might be able to make out here, that's a still from the amazing intro sequence. That guy animates as the story is related. This is a nice little extra in the Shadow over Hawksmill, which is really handy. So you put that over the function keys on the Commodore 64 keyboard. So F1 to select item up, F3 to select item down, F5 is pause game, and F7 is eat apple. You can see the apple here. That's really handy because you need to use those commands during the game. We have Shadow over Hawksmill Icon 64 keyring. I've just dropped something on the floor. That's my Psytronik badge. We have the soundtrack CD. Saul Cross's soundtrack, and as you can see, I have a clever sticker print that makes it look like an old-fashioned LP. So we have loading theme, intro theme, title theme, the caves, unused ending theme, intro theme, rain effects mix, title theme, promo video mix, Saul Loader theme 1 and Saul Loader theme 2. So Ken's recorded all that music himself. We have the Shadow over Hawksmill art card. It has the little synopsis of the story on the back. And then the Shadow over Hawksmill user manual. So C64 game by Stuart Collier, Trevor Story, Saul Cross, testing by Stuart Collier, Trevor Story and Vinnie Maianolfi of 364 Fanzine. That's something else you should support if you're a C64 fan. 364.com. Superb fanzine with full of chips, pokes, tips and cheats. So loading instructions. Now at the bottom of the page here on the title screen, press F1 to alter the in-game rain effects. That's quite controversial in some ways, because when the game was first released there was people complaining that the rain effect didn't work very well, or they didn't like the rain effect compared to the demo version and so on. And so Trevor gave in and made some changes. So again, repeat of the story. Controls left run left, right run right, climbs up the ladder, climbs the ledge, which he does automatically like the previous game Atlantis. Jump, fire to use, hold fire so the gun target appears and you can move up and down to aim. Down enters a door when it's open, ducks, searches or climbs down. Duck and then hold fire or press up and down, you cycle through items. But as I said, the keyboard shortcuts are there, which are really handy, even on the C64 Mini. So then the weapons. The revolver you start with does 1 hit point of damage to a target. Reload is medium speed. Shotgun does 3 hit points damage, but is a slow reload. The machine gun does 1 hit point in damage, but reloads very fast. You start with 50 ammo. Your ammo can be replenished by finding bullet boxes, and then collecting ammo pouches increases the amount of ammo you can carry at a time. So the first one puts up to 100, next one up to 200, then 300, then 500, up to the maximum 999. Gameplay. As you explore the village and the caves, be sure to search everywhere. Important items could be close by. Some puzzles require you to use certain items to solve them. Keep an eye out for secret switches in walls. Try and find the missing villagers. Some items cannot be collected until you have another important item in your possession. Avoid or take care of the many enemies that inhabit the village and the caves. Yes, there's caves hidden under the village. You need to find the way in. Try and solve the mystery of what is behind these strange happenings. Icon 64 and Psytronik. So that's a look into the collector's edition of the Shadow over Hawksmill, and also then the collector's edition of Mars, aka Martyr, from Psytronik. So I hope you've enjoyed this live unboxing. I apologise for the problems with starting tonight. I'm still learning about going live on YouTube, and hopefully next time I'll work out how to do it better. And yes, that's right. These are C64 games, brand new games for the Commodore 64. Shadow over Hawksmill is the 100th release from Psytronik Software. And Mars. And if you missed it earlier, we have Exploding Fish and Chaos Generator on Premium. In addition, these bigger boxes are the collector's edition, which obviously carry a higher price from Psytronik, but the quality of the games and the quality of the extras, as I've just been demonstrating, I hope you'll agree is worth it. So I think what I'll do now is I will just go over here and plug another video that was released recently on the Scene World channel. So we took a look at the single button games cartridge, collection of the first 2 sets of single button games, and the Resurrection cartridge, which is 5 games that were sold out but are now available again on cartridge. We'll just have a quick nosy in while I'm still live. We got postcard, sticker, user manual, and the cartridge itself. And both these cartridges come with an extra added reset button, which makes it easy then to go back and change games. And Resurrection set is the same, user manual, art card, cartridge. So have a look on the Scene World channel for our recent unboxing there of those games, and that unboxing also includes some live footage, some gameplay footage from NAFCOM of Scene World, and I then commentated on it. So that's all for this evening. I will endeavour to do another live unboxing soon, and I hope we can get the problem sorted. And yes, then just come in on the live chat. They stopped selling C64 games in my city around 1996. Yes, more than 20 years ago, and now you can buy new C64 games again from several places. I can heartily recommend games that have come out recently from Double Sided Games, Canadian publishers. I can heartily recommend many of the titles from Protovision in Germany. And of course, I can also recommend the games like these boxed editions from Psytronik. Also worth searching on sites like itch.io for Commodore 64 games. There are many brilliant free games as well as games you can purchase. Digital downloads are, of course, incredibly useful, and many of these suppliers also provide digital downloads for use on items like the C64 Mini and the C64's full size. So, and I know that these particular titles, when you get a download, you get a separate directory in the download that includes a specially designed, specially formatted version for use on the Mini and the new full-size THE64. So that about wraps things up for this evening. I hope you've enjoyed this live unboxing, and as I say, I'm hoping to do more of these over the next few weeks. And keep watching the Scene World channel for news, interviews, reviews, and more of my unboxings.